Sound Production.
What is going on, my Patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, Joe's News and Views. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. And with that being said, we're going to jump into this thing full blast. We're not going to delay it too much. I got a special guest tonight, one of my biggest supporters, and he also has a channel as well, and he's going to be helping me co-host tonight for the first time, and that is my boy Dante. Keeps it real. Keeping it real.
Man? What is going on with my camera? What in the world? What is going on?
Let's see. Yeah. Right, come on now. I'm trying to give it a restart. You may have to get to. Oh, here you go. My boy Dante, man. I'm glad to see you here, brother.
What's going on, bro?
Nothing, man. And if y'all haven't listened at this man's channel, y'all need to. This guy is a living testimony. Some of the stuff that I've heard about what he's been through in his personal life, guys, that should inspire anybody to get themselves right spiritually. Like I said before, I'm just a spiritual person, but I respect anybody who can stand by their convictions and what they believe in on the religious front. So definitely check him out, man. And he's from my neck of the woods, so Carolina strong, baby, right here. So we definitely gonna keep it rolling and keep it real. So tonight's episode is we're gonna talk about a little bit more in depth about this racial divide, because it's starting to really get insane. Now, I don't know about you guys. I did a little bit of it today about what's going on at the border. And let me tell y'all, this whole idea of they trying to play like the Haitians were getting whipped like slavery at the border is an absolute lie. I'm going to say it like this. It's an absolute lie. It's so much of a lie that now we are down 5 Border Patrol agents because people want to go out here and create a narrative that's not real. And it's sad, but it's true. If you look at the reports, people don't understand something because I was in the military, and when you're protecting something, when you're a security man, your job is to make sure the threat do not enter the area. That is their job. That's what they get paid to do. So if they got to ride on horseback, ATVs, whatever. Their job is to protect what the border of America. So when you go out here and tell somebody that's their job, they're going to do as many means necessary to tell them you got to go back. You can't get in this area. Don't care how long you travel. Don't care if you're tired. Don't care how many coyotes you had to fork over to get there. It's not our problem. You can't go there. It's just that simple. But unfortunately, the mediocres have got everybody fooled that this is the new way you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to just allow everybody to come in America and just have a good old jolly old time. And it's sad, but it's true. And speaking of that, Dante, if you saw the report of what they were saying,
Yes, sir. I've been checking it out today on breaks and between work, doing my breaks or what have you. And real talk, they full of it, man. I'm about to curse because they full of BS. I don't believe that the Haitians were being mistreated. I just understand that we in America and you can't just come in here illegally, you know. And then I saw Maxine Waters today. I was watching an episode and she complaining saying that it's equivalent to slavery. How? How is that equivalent to slavery? So these people want to come to America and they quote unquote say we were forced to come to America. So the whole narrative is off, and I'm just sick of the racial divide. Everything is black and white. What about us just being Americans, man? And I think that's what I'm more or less focused on. But this border crisis, we got to put the blame where it belongs. That's with Biden and with Kamala lock them up Harris. That's where the blame need to be placed, not on the American people. And I think that's just wrong because people are doing their job. This is what you paid them to do. And by the way, I saw a video where they was not whipping them with the reins. It was just basically they was trying to steal the horses so they wouldn't get hurt. So again, this narrative, anything the mainstream media say, I pretty much just kind of try to ignore it because they lie all the time. So I don't even know where the truth begins and where the lie ends.
and and you right about that because when it comes to the mediocres, man, that's what they do. It's all about let's see how much chaos we can create in this country and divide. At the end of the day, you have some very strong points, and it's true. No one put a gun to these people's head to come over to the U.S. of A. Okay, they heard it from our people that's supposed to be in charge. They said, "Hey, get over here, man. See the party. Everything's going good over here, bro. Blah 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 blah. All you got to do is step out of the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Now you got people with their babies in their arms, jugs of water, freaking camping gear. I mean, they going up here like it's an expedition, like they going to take on the world. Now, here's another thing that ticked me off in the media, and I'm about to share this with us right now. This little bit of reading. Here, give me 1 second, guys. And once again, while y'all come in the chat room, keep come into the channel. Go ahead on and hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Also, too, anybody do a super chat, you will get it read off tonight. So I don't want nobody freaking out and thinking that we're not going to read it off. All right, so right here, guys, I'm finna read this and finna scroll down. I'm not gonna read all of it, but I'm gonna let y'all see how twisted Maxine Waters, who has been in the business of exploiting black people since the 90s and hasn't done a damn thing for her area. And she's going to say that treatment of Haitian migrants is worse than slavery. I just want to know, how is it worse than slavery? Because see, in slavery, you didn't have no choice. You know what I mean? Like you had no choice. Over here, these people they chose to go. They you see all this stuff right here. You see all this pack on luggage and stuff of that nature. They wanted to go. They were ready. So I don't want to hear this is some kind of slavery treatment. These people made the decision to leave Port-au-Prince or Port-au-Prince, whatever the hell you want to call it over there,
President, what's
and
your reaction to the
we
images from
wanted to
the
go.
southern border?
I mean, and everybody's talking about how it's out of control. This ain't the first time we talked about this. And then she had the nerve to say at a conference outside the U.S. Capitol Wednesday that she held a response photos and claims to surface this week showing Border Patrol agents attempting to quarrel some of the migrants flooding across the Rio Grande. The agents were accused by some of whipping the border crossers despite that they had reins in their hands and not whips. You know what makes me so mad about Maxine Waters looking like James Brown stunt double? Why in the world she only comes around when there's a crisis against black people in such a racial undertone? She never comes around when there's a riot going on in California prisons. She's never around when there's a riot going on at Rikers prison that they got going on right now. She never comes around when there's a missing child that's made the news that needs to be found. She only comes around when it's NAACP time. This is BS to me. I don't. That's why I don't respect this lady. Because if you're really passionate about America and especially passionate about your culture, as they like to put it, your behind would have been on the front line since day one, trying to make sure that we as Black Americans would have had a first dibs on getting a job. Because see, this is another thing they ain't telling y'all either, and I'm finna show this to y'all tonight. Because see, while she's crying about they being pushed and pulled all over the place and they feeling, you know, threatened. Let's talk about what's going on with Afghan refugees while the Haitians are fighting for their place for guess who's going to get a job. I'm just, and y'all about to trip. What you say, man? I thought my wife was talking to me, y'all. Sorry about that. Now this is what I discovered last night. Now this right here, Fox Business News. Now this gonna make y'all mad. This gonna make y'all mad. Amazon, Facebook, and 33 companies are vowing to hire Afghan refugees in the U.S. So see, this is what happens when you rely on the government to pay your damn bills. Because now they got almost about 1.5 million migrants that came in here. At least they don't know for sure. That at least they talk about this month 1.5 million. Okay, and guess what these 1.5 million about to do? They about to take all the damn good jobs that the lazy jokers out here with the hands out talking about. I can't wait to get my check each month. This is what happens. The people that ain't gonna be speaking that much English will be running your ass to the ground.
Creating a world powered by
Here
healthy
you go,
digital
follow
systems,
right quick.
alive with
Hey, you
opportunity,
auto play.
oxygen to
But yeah,
innovation,
that's what they
and
doing.
energy to change the world. We are Kindle, and we are the heart of progress.
And they're not even being properly vetted. They just out here just going through. Now the companies that's gonna be doing this is going to be, like I said, Amazon, Facebook, Pfizer. I wouldn't be surprised if it be Walmart. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be Kroger's. All these major industries getting involved. Western Union. Guess what? Uber. Y'all know what happened the last time there was an issue recently with one of the Uber drivers that was a foreign national. He violated one of the women. In fact, he violated a couple of women that was underage, one underage and one of age. See, they don't tell you that because when you bring that up, then they saying you're being racist. But how am I being racist when the facts of the matter is true? When right now we got all these people, and I'm just being dead serious that are coming over from Afghanistan. They said a lot of them guys that went over there are got child brides and the government knows it, and they're not doing anything to break the situation up. They just letting them go through. So you imagine the type of trauma that is. That's trauma for a child. You got young girls 12, 13, 14 years of age going through our system right now. not being properly vetted, and is a child bride with an Afghanistan national. Man, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. But yet, still though, we supposed to be America with values. You let the Dems tell it. They're doing everything the right way. Man, I don't see it. Not to mention Hilton. There, and let me tell y'all about the hotels, and then I'm gonna let my boy get a chance to speak. I know I'm long-winded, but I'm gonna let Dante get a chance to speak on stuff. But the hotels, and I didn't know this until I worked in the hotel industry. They love hiring foreign nationals that's got a visa or under the radar. Let me tell y'all why. They can save money. They don't have to pay them the regular price that they have to pay everybody else. So I could get somebody that comes overseas from, like, a lot of people came on the seas from Budapest. I could pay that dude $8 or $9 an hour to do a job that I would have to pay an American $12 or $13 an hour. And I know that Budapest dude gonna take that money that he get from America and he's gonna bring it back to his country anyway. He gonna send it to mama and them, whatever. So he gonna look at this money that he getting as the hookup. And it's a win-win for everybody involved. He think he's winning, I'm winning. That's until they get Americanized and they find out, wait a minute now, you can't be paying me no $8, $9 an hour for this. I need 12 or 13 minimum. And then shit gets real. But that's what they usually do. So Dante, man, what do you think in your mind, just hearing all of this, how do you feel about the Afghanistan refugees and other migrants getting first deals on jobs before us?
Yo, it's a lot. Now, be honest with you, I'm pissed because I feel like this is that, well, I can't be that mad because Americans had opportunity to go back to work and they wouldn't. So we got to have the economy go some kind of way anyway. Do I
Mm-hmm.
agree with them bringing in migrants and people from Afghanistan and everywhere else? No, but we got to do something, and my people especially, and like I said, I'm not making this a racial thing, but I know a lot of people in my hood, the only thing they was talking about getting a stimulus check, getting all this money and all that, and now that's dried up. Now what you gonna do? It's time to go back to work. If they not trying to make you get, that thing, what I'm saying? I call it the more ring. So they trying to make people get the more ring and all this and the third, but the migrants don't have to get the more ring. Make that make sense. We pay taxes here. So why do we have to go through all this hell and rigmarole to live in a country that we pay taxes in, but everybody else can come over here and get all this free stuff. And, President Biden want to take up all this money or put this in a plan to give the Afghans all this money. And we got people that live in California and different cities and the major cities that's homeless under the bridge, don't have food to eat, don't have the proper medication, but they always want to talk about giving out the more rain. But what about the people that need insulin and all those other medications to stay alive? So I just think that this whole government is a joke. Um, and even when I think about Maxine Waters' black behind James Brown, I agree with you, is that just like that border crisis is just like the Democrat Party is out of control. They have no control, and that's why I hope in 2022 that conservatives and Republicans get on the ball and vote them demons out, because man, they are destroying this country, and the next generation ain't gonna have a chance if we keep going this way, man. And that's what I just don't like about it, because it's going to keep happening if we don't do something about it.
Yeah, you're right. And here's the thing too, and this is from a super chat. Thank you, 0% liberal. He said America is under attack by tyrants. They have been lying to us the whole step of the way. And you're right. They have. Because they know that once we see the truth, that their behinds are not going to be in position of power. Because this is a very sad situation. Do y'all know how unsanitary it is down there living under that bridge with that many people? That is a minimum of 15,000 Haitians. Then you put all the Mexicans that's trying to get under through and under that bridge every day. You're talking about between 20 to 25,000 people trying to move through the border under a bridge just to get a okay, you can come on in and be a part of the US of A. These people are not, you got people that don't hygiene properly, or you got people that do hygiene properly, but they don't have the right products to hygiene. So you got all kinds of diseases down there that's being passed. Measles. They talked about measles been down there. I forgot this other disease that I ain't heard of for years. All these type of diseases is there. And then when they talk about they want to force Americans to take a vaccine, but you not letting these migrants take no vaccine. Knowing good and plain well, like Haiti, for instance, is the lowest vaccine taking mugs there is besides Jamaica. Okay? So you mean to tell me you gonna take that risk of having it spread again like y'all so scared about? That's why I say they full of shit. Sorry, I don't care. They is. They full of it. Because if they was telling the damn truth, we wouldn't have this issue. This is from A Rod, man. Let me go get this right here, right quick for A Rod. The super chat, he said, they know that smart blacks leaving the Democratic plantation, so they need new violent voters. That's why they bringing in the Haitians. But this is what I'm talking about, though, guys. And hear me out here. They're bringing in people that are from communist countries. How is that working for them? That's what the Dems don't understand. You're taking people that has been from dictatorships from Mexico. Now you getting people from Haiti. You didn't want Cuba because you thought, oh, Cuba too woke on their communists. They'll know what's going on. Let me leave them alone. Let me get the Haitians. They woke too. They just saw their president get blasted by another set of people that was tired of him being in power. This is the type of country they're coming from. And these Afghanistans over there, they already psychologically have a conservative like mind because they believe in traditions. So at the end of the day, you basically effing everything up for yourself. You think I would have got these fools? Hell to the no. I would have been trying to dish out more to the black folk that I already got on the string. Hey, vote for me. You get 3 checks next month. Talk to your boy now. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, am I wrong for what I'm with my ideology so far, Dante?
Nah, I agree with you, man. I totally agree, and I'm not saying I agree because we on the screen, but I'm just saying I agree. And I don't think that the Democrats really care about them coming from a communist country because they want communism here. So it's easier for them to assimilate doing that where they come from over here, and then too, I think they would eventually get them to turn on the American people because they're threatening with deportation. So if you don't do X, Y, Z, then we're gonna send you back. And some people are so scared of going back to where they come from, they'll do anything to stay in America. And that's why I don't understand if America is so racist. Why wouldn't Maxine Waters and all the Democrats that claim America is so racist? Why don't you send them people back, especially the Haitians, back over there to where they come from, because you don't want to see other people of color come to a racist country. Make it make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. They make no sense.
It don't make no sense. And if it's so racist and everything else, then why is all these Wokians that's talking that crazy racist talk? We talking about AOC, the old girl, the African chick. I don't forgot her name. I know it's not. Yeah, Talib, Omar,
Omar.
Omar Ilhan. Why y'all married to white people? That's all I'm saying. Why y'all married to white men? If it's so bad, if the white man is such an enemy, why you married to him?
Don't
Down
forget
in
about the
the
PP.
this to me too. Why you married to a white man? You say he the enemy. I mean, what is it? He light skinned this week? I don't understand. Make it
Hey,
make sense.
hey, bro, even the VP is married to a white man. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
I don't understand like how everybody claimed that Trump was the racist, but Joe Biden has a list of doing racist things. It's even alleged that his family owned slaves. Kamala Harris family owned slaves. So when you think about things like this, man, again, when I looked at Trump and I look at the way he was running the country, we was winning, man, and we would have continued to win. But right now, everybody's losing. It's not just black people; it's white people, Latinos, everybody that has been here and paid their dues. Everybody losing, and I don't think that's fair. Like, how is it that all these other people can come over here and get these good paying jobs or whatever the case may be? Like you said, they're gonna pay them on the table, pay them a little bit of money. It's gonna be a lot to them. They're gonna send it back to their country, and it's worth more over there. But then our dollar is being devalued. That's what people don't understand. It. When I go to the gas pump, I go to the grocery store, I'm seeing all this inflation. Nobody's talking about that. They want us to focus on race, so we don't see the inflation. They don't want us to focus on the audits that's taking place. They want us to focus on everything else besides that. It's really a mess up.
You know what? I'm glad you said something because we about to talk about this inflation right now. I'm glad you said what you said, and y'all about to be surprised how much inflation as is. Y'all hit the like button. This is the only channel where we break things down on an economic scale, on a real scale. We coming at it. I mean, we ain't playing no games tonight. Now, this is what's current right now. And I was looking at this the other day, and it's about to mess with y'all right here. Let's see 1 second here. All right, that's what it was. Now I don't even like to watch the post, but I'm gonna go and talk about this. This is 8 days ago. I don't like to watch the post, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway because this is so right here, right now. They talked about food prices on the rise, right? Okay. Now, wholesale prices climbed 8.3% than what it did in August of 2020. All right. This is the following prices that has gone up. Meat, poultry, fish, and eggs are up 5.9% than what they were last year. And they are also up 15.7% from prices in August of 2019. So I want y'all to think about it. This is last month's report. That's how much food has went up. So you might have gotten a steak at one time in the low, I don't know, a good ribeye, two nice ribeyes from the grocery store package back in the day, maybe 2019, 2 years ago, it was $12 or $13. Now you get two of them bastards, it's going to be about 20 something damn dollars. So, yes, inflation is high as giraffe pussy. We know this. And people keep lying, trying to tell us, well, it's a part of it's normal. No, that's not normal. You know why it's not normal? Because all this stuff that they raising our prices on is because of due to the fact of the matter is they going out here, and y'all know this is fact. Whenever they go and they start raising the prices on all this stuff, a lot of it came from these farmers during the pandemic could not get access to the livestock. And because of this, it's just getting to be ridiculous. It really is. Hold on. I got Brandy on Facebook. Says, Joe, I want to ask a question. Yeah, go ahead on and shoot. You can ask a question while we got a little time. And she said this. She said, why the F are people voting Democrat? My own mom included. Why are the majority of minorities voting Democrat? You wanna get this one, bro, or you want me to answer it? Whatever you want.
I'll take a stab at it, man.
Okay.
I think the reason why most minorities, especially, vote Democrat is because one, I think they're uninformed. I think they listen to the mainstream media too much. Turn off CNN because I'm being honest. When I was watching Don Lemonade and Chris Cuomo and all of them, I was bitter and I didn't understand why I was so mad, and they kept me in my emotions. So I never could see the facts because I was always emotional. So I think that if most minorities take a look and really see what the Democrat Party has really done to them, when you really do the history and understand what LBJ did and gave us that New Deal and got the black man out of the household, and our families began to break down. And they got to understand that the Democrats, they when I realized that they was the family of the or they birthed out the KKK and all these different things, I realized this is not the party for me. And then I realized that the Republican Party, even though I want some of us Republicans to get a backbone and stop being so weak, it's pissing me off with them because they're being weak. So it's like if they be as strong as the Democrats are, but play it with the truth and with the law, man, I think the Republican Party will be good and more people will come over. Just like when Trump, when he was the president, he got more of the black vote because it was something different. It wasn't just him talking about what he was going to do. He showed us what he was going to do. And just like Biden, he lied and said what he was going to do. And we see nothing. He did all these different things, that Asian hate crime, all these different things, but he never did anything for the black community as a whole. And Trump was willing to sign a $500 billion deal with for black people to be able to be entrepreneurs and not be able to on the teat of the government. I think that black people need to get tired of sucking the titties of the government. Like the titty is dry. We ain't got no money. We in a deficit already. And we printing this phantom money. It don't make sense to me. And I just wish that more black people will wake up and realize that the Democrat Party is not the party of the people. It's the party of them getting rich. Because look at James Brown. She need to get a new wig, but she went over there. She came into Congress broke. Now she's a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that happen on a $174,000 salary? It don't make sense to me. So again, they robbing Peter, and some people named Peter and Paul in America, and they stealing the money and they pocketing it. And the Democrats have never ever wanted black people to do for themselves. They always want us on the government, and that's why I can't fool with them. I can't rock with them like that, bro.
Yeah, and you're right because at the end of the day, it's a money grab. Gotta remember, most Democratic politicians are about capitalism, but they try to play down that they ain't. Now, Republicans, on the other hand, they gonna tell you, yeah, man, I'm in it for the money too. You know what I'm saying? That's fine because we don't. If we got a talent, you don't want to work for free. But see, the issue I have with a lot of these liberals is that when they go out here and they say, well, we're trying to help the black community, we want them to be more aware of vaccine this and that and the third. And once again, before I break this down, I'm telling everybody I have to make this announcement so I don't get striked on YouTube. So YouTube, you better fucking chill. All right. Refer to your CDC guidelines and your local doctor that you go to every freaking whatever often you go to. You go and you consult with them. I'm not a medical professional, but I ain't the type of person to take no bullshit. But get back to what I was saying. When it comes to this whole situation about taking this vaccine, why don't people talk about the underlying conditions that lead up to the deaths? Why won't they promote, hey, to help you overcome any kind of illness, take vitamin C, exercise, watch what you eat, cut down on your cholesterol. The things that we used to hear all the time when me and you were growing up in the
Mm-hmm.
80s. Go back in the day, y'all, in the 90s. My wife could tell you, when we were growing up, they used to have damn commercials with heart health. You see Cheerios, you didn't see no little kid getting all happy and shit and eating cereal, talking about rainbows and fucking let's go and take on the world. You had an old ass dude damn near about to damn die, and he gets the bowl of cereal. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe this. This is great. And then his wife comes by and say, I'm glad you like it. It's good for your heart. And then they go and say, heart healthy, and then tell you to get Cheerios and drink this type of milk and that type of milk. They don't even do that shit now. They don't do that. The first thing you see is a hustler talking about, hey man, let me tell you something out here in these streets. when I'm out here doing my thing, I make sure that everybody got to have a card, bro, before they even decide to do business with me. It ain't me, you know what I'm saying? It's just that I want to protect them too. You know what I mean? That's how it's about, man. You better go ahead on and get that shot, baby. What? 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 Get this Arkansas hustler out of here. Oh man, you got a fan already, man. Brandy said, "I love you. I love Dante. You guys kill it." Well, I tell you what, Dante said you can come over to his channel and show that man some support and love. Dante keeping it real on YouTube. Definitely show that man some love because he is an up and comer in the game of the conservative mix. So definitely send him some love.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
Because you was talking about them, you was talking about that jab. Let me tell you something. When it comes to the jab, again, I agree. Talk to your doctor, do what you got to do. Um, but riddle me this, and maybe you can answer this question: if people are still passing the virus with the jab,
yeah,
why are you insisting that everybody get it when Israel has already come out with a report saying that natural immunity is like 17, I believe it's 27% higher, I'm sorry, 27 times higher than the jab. So
yeah.
why are you telling people, like you said, eat healthy, drink water, go for a walk, but you want to lock everybody down? You want everybody to stay in the house, and it make me think what Bill Gates said on his TED talk, that is something to that. You know what I'm saying? And I even seen James O'Keefe came out with a new video, a part 2 of the FDA talking about whatever they was talking about. And this dude really had the audacity to say, well, if they don't want to take it voluntarily, get a blow dart and shoot it in them and lie to them and tell them it's a vitamin C shot. Why would they be so nefarious and so evil if it wasn't something more sinister at hand? That's why I don't want the jab, because I'm saying, like, if it was on the up and up, if you wasn't trying to give people French fries, ice cream, and give them lottery money, and you're making them go, I'm paying for their schooling, in which I think they're making them dumber. You go to college, you're supposed to go and get smarter. I thought it was called higher education, but these people are coming out idiots. They coming out dumb as rocks. They can't read. They don't know how to comprehend anything, and they just only act like robots. So whatever the media tell them to do, or these lefties or people that are popular tell them what to do, then they with it. I feel like this in this time, man, everybody got to stand together, but yet stand on their own. Like, if I believe something, that's what I believe. I'm not moving off of it. I don't care what the majority say or what the majority is doing. I mean, everybody can get jabbed. They cannot get jabbed. That has nothing to do with me. I made a personal decision. Dr. Me said, nah, I'm good. I take my vitamins every morning. I drink plenty of water and I get plenty of rest. All those things will rejuvenate your immune system. So why, if they really gave a flying flip about us, why they're not saying take care of your body, take care of your health, give out free gym membership if you want to do something, if you really care. Then
Yeah,
that was, we'll pay 6 months for you to go to the gym, especially people that may be like myself, overweight. Look, we'll help you get your body where you need to be so you can be a healthy, more productive person. They're not talking about the heart problems that people have and the diabetes, like you said, the underlying conditions that people have. And then with us as people of color, we have hypertension like crazy. And getting it's a lot, man. And that's what makes me mad about these people that claim to care about us, man. But nobody should care more about you than you. Don't let these politicians or any of these people tell you, I care about you and I'm just here to help. Because like Ronald Reagan said, when the government said they're here to help, you better look and you better take note to that, because they're not here to help you. They're here to help them and their agenda. And we need to wake up and we need to do it fast.
all right, I'm gonna answer this question right here before we move on to another crazy topic that happened this week. Because yeah, this basically, yeah, we addressed it all. We addressed it today. The elephant in the room. This is probably gonna be the most racial, straight up topic you ever see. This one right here is: what do you think of young blacks in the hood? How can we help them stay on the right path? A Rod, it starts with being able to tell young people to quit listening to the whole thing that you can't succeed because of your environment. See, here's the thing, and I got to tell you this about my experience of what I've been a part of and what has happened to me. A lot of black people in the hood do not like the fact that if somebody's getting ahead of them and they can't figure it out or look like they're about to get ahead of them, they've been conditioned to say, "Oh, that fool think he better than me, so let me go out here and let me break him down." And that's when you have a lot of smart kids in the hood that gets picked on, gets laughed at because they read a book, or they're real intelligent, or they want to do something for their community. You a lame, and then by and by they fall into the trap because they want to be cool. And next thing you know, all of a sudden they finding themselves in and out of jail, and they were on the road to greatness. So to keep them on that path, that's when we need more male figures. And while we keep talking about males in the home, that nuclear family, to sit them down and say, listen, let them call you every name in the book. But when your ass get to where you need to get to in life, and you go to that bank and you write that check, okay, to pay your bills, and then somebody come at you and say, "Sir, ma'am, do you want additional money for that?" Or when you go in that dealership and you buy you a car almost cash and you only finance it two, three, four, $5,000, they the one that's gonna be looking crazy, talking about, "Damn, man, I wish I would have done what old boy did. I should have stayed in them books. I should have not stayed out here in the streets." Or when Pookie and Ray Ray is in and out of jail, baby mama drama, and you got the nice wife, the nice house, and you're doing good with the animals and you taking care of your kids, yeah, you the winner. That's what we have to promote to these kids. It looks bleak now, but for greatness, you're going to have to go through a struggle. And that's another thing that I think we as Black Americans don't preach to our kids in the hood. We make them feel like a struggle is normal, and that's all you're gonna do your whole life is struggle. We never sit down and tell them your struggle is only temporary. It's only temporary. After that, everything else is absolutely cake. Once you get through that struggle. So that's what we have to do, A Rod. We have to that's why we got to have real stand up males in the community. You wanna add anything to that, Dante?
Man, I really don't need to because, man, you summed that up real good. And I agree with you, man. The necessity of having fathers in the home and having men, period. And I don't even think it have to be necessarily a black man. It could be a white man, just a male influence to help these men because it's kind of hard for these mothers to teach boys how to become men. And I think right now what's going on is a lot of the boys, they may not be gay, but they're feminized. They real sensitive, and everything you say, they get offended. I remember when I was growing up, we used to say, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." In 2021, words will kill people. Like I don't understand that. Like when we go on with our lives, we do what we're supposed to do. My mom was a strong black mother, and she made sure she raised strong black sons. But it's still things that I was deficient with because I feel like if I had a male role model in my life, even church men let me down. So and I'm a very spiritual person, but at the same time, I'm just telling the truth. So we need that in our communities. We need people to tell the truth and not make everything look so glamorous because a lot of us struggling, it ain't because we don't have the money. It's because we waste money on the wrong things. Like if you got people that's paying $300 on a pair of shoes and they putting $5,000 or $6,000 on a car that's only worth 1,000, that don't make sense. So again, we need to learn how to, we need to be taught economics. We need to learn how to look at our credit score. My sister, she really got me on that. She was like, take care of your credit because if you got good credit, pretty much give it anything you want. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been beginning to do that and not just shop and do all this stuff because I'm like, now I just went the other week and paid for a car cash. I wanted a new car, cash. I saved my money, and did what I had to do. Why everybody else was flossing in 2020, in 2021, it was my time to shine. So I went to the car lot, got me a new car. I'm happy, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's paid for. I don't owe nobody nothing. So this is what we should be trying to teach our black young men and women, and then women too, because they busting it wide open for all these dudes, and they trying to get with these boys that don't understand how to be a man, and they messing it up, and so they keep this generational thing going, man, and the community keep breaking down. So women need to stop opening their legs for these dudes just because they got a good talk game, If you ain't got no good credit, you ain't got nothing going for yourself. Nah, it's on clank clank. I can't give you none of my WAP, as Cardi B would say. You can't get this WAP unless you bout your business. And brothers got to stop going out here and making all these babies. Then the Democrats, they use that to their advantage. Well, kids, they don't have nobody to take care of them, and then mothers, they die doing childbirth, and then they want to blame it on abortion. One thing I noticed about any abortion, in most cases, if the people married, they don't abort their kids. That comes from you being loose and wild, and you're not having your priorities together. So you want to get rid of a child because you made a silly decision, and I've made them before too. We all have. But at the same time, if I got somebody pregnant, I bet you I'll be giving them $300 to go to Planned Parenthood. That ain't happening. I'll do what I have to do to take care of my kid. Period.
Now, Brandy's got a good point too. She said, "What about you teaching our white kids too? They also need help." Brandy, you're right, because the modern woman, and it really is. I hate to say this. I don't want nobody to take it the wrong way, but it's the truth. Our culture, black culture, has now started to spill over in other cultures as taking adaptation of this whole "I don't need a man.com" bullshit. And that's why a lot of these children are getting more and more lost. That's why a lot of these young men are being reckless, are doing situations they don't need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? There was a time that being a man, if you was mad with your woman and you was a stand-up guy, you didn't go and hit her and get physical. You know what I'm saying? You would leave. You get yourself together, you cool off, and that would be it. If you got upset with your best friend, you didn't go to the car and try to find out how the AK gonna make him do jumping jacks before he fall down to the ground, and then you start screaming, "Oh Lord, I made a mistake!" No, no, it wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? People actually sat down and talked things out. Now, if it got physical, guys would go get the gloves, go to the gym, fight it out like men. You came out with a busted lip or swollen this, that, and the third, not too roughed up, enough to get your point across. Y'all went and had a beer later and it was squash. It was over and done with. You put the ice on, y'all still friends. We don't have that today. Today, we got people that is so scared to take an L in life. And that's the problem. That's why we can't succeed as a nation right now. Everybody's scared to take a damn loss. And because of that, this is why we're at where we at now. And yes, and let me read that back to you, bro. What she said, "Thank you, Joel. We need your experience too. These kids are our next generation." I try. It's hard, but